hear it every day, too, where people are like, well, I'm underwater. I checked Zillow. I can't refinance. I really wish I could go to 4. I'm at 6. But they just don't know. So I think part of this program and things we do is to really get that message out there that, no, you still can just really talk to a lender to see if there's an option there that makes sense for you. And then the second phase, which is coming in the next week or so, is FHA, which is a huge one. So anyone who had an FHA mortgage, whether it was a refinance or they bought their home, and that original note, the note they're on now, was originated prior to June of 2009, they can qualify under the new FHA refinance streamline, basically rules and program, which is huge because they literally can do it with no appraisal, so value is irrelevant. You do an FHA streamline refinance, you do not need an appraisal in most cases.
And if people have FHA loans, by now they probably know this because we have a client, friend of mine, who sent me pictures through his iPhone of 19 different mail solicitations he got in 1 week.
For FHA?
For FHA streamline refinances. It was really incredible. You get to see him and you're like, wow, look at all these people sending him mail.
So check your mailbox, see if you're FHA.
Yeah, exactly.
Then give us a call. We'll see if we can help you out.
It is funny. And the other thing is people who aren't maybe part of a government program, but rates are still low. Yeah. And it seems that there's also sometimes that disconnect in that, well, I don't qualify for a government program, but you can still refinance your house to a lower interest rate, and it can make a lot of sense. Mm-hmm. In fact, if you save $200 or $300 a month, that is huge money. And if you go on vacation or whatever, this could literally pay for your vacations every year for the next 30 years if you save $300 a month.
Yeah, and I think people have to look at it in a couple different ways. One, you have to look at it and say, get past the misconception that they have to save at least 1% on their interest rate to have it make sense. That's probably the biggest misconception I see out there. I think it's all about the numbers. I've got a $300,000 loan amount, I'm at 5%. If I got to 4.25%, which is not quite 1%, and I save $200 a month or $2,400 a year, what could that mean not only to my financial position? Can I use that $200 to go on vacation, buy my Seahawks tickets, pay off high-interest credit cards, save for retirement, pay for life insurance? There's so many things you can do with that people, I don't think, stop and realize, hey, wait a second.
And of course you recommend people are responsible. But in this day and age, if you don't quickly make that turn with a financial planner or somebody and reallocate that money, it's probably going to Seahawks tickets.
Well, you know what? We do mortgages every single day, but I think our job being in the financial world is have a meaningful financial conversation with our clients. So when we're doing any refinances, we always bring up, hey, this is how much you can save. Here are your options. Let's take a look at where that's best utilized. What are your thoughts of how you want to utilize those funds? Hey, if you take that money and pay it back to your principal, you're going to pay your house off in 22 years as opposed to the 27 you have remaining. Or if you put that $200 in an investment account and only give you 3 to 5%, this is what it's going to look like in 10 years. There's so many things that if we just talk it through, I think we can lead people in the right direction. And at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with going spending that savings either. Everybody's a little bit different of what's important to them.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
you should probably save it.
End of the day, I think it's worth looking at your options.
Yeah. If you haven't yet, it's probably time to pick up the phone. I'm sick of kind of sounding like a broken record because rates keep going down. I keep saying, hey, they're the lowest ever, like pretty much every week, and then they go up, and then we say, hey, maybe they're going to go up, and then they don't, and then they come back down. But I don't think I'm going to pretend I know what's going to happen with interest rates anymore. They're really low. So if you haven't at least taken a peek, it's kind of the time to do it.
Well, I think a good strategy to look at, too, which I think is often overlooked, is ask your lender about no-cost refinance options. Because if you can lower your rate by 0.5 point, 0.75 point, it doesn't cost you anything in closing costs, then it's worth doing. So that way, if rates come down again, you can just do it again because you never had to actually pay any closing costs the first time. Yep. So I think that's a strategy that's often overlooked in the market.
We have a great show lined up for you today. John Hugg is back with us, an attorney and partner of Hugg and Associates, a boutique law firm focused on business law, estate planning, and real estate transaction. And for the first time, Megan Gibbard joins us, executive director of Teen Feed, with over 12 years of experience with youth and young adults in several areas of developmental needs. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ben Brashen. You're listening to Brashenomics. Bye.